Hello, collective. This one is my past life deck. Um, this kind of just gets into. Sometimes we wonder, like, where am I from? Where did I come from? And I do want to say this one is for entertainment purposes. So I don't want you to take this and be like, that ain't me. Then let it fly then. But this is for those who have been wondering about their past life, wondering like where did I come from? Because maybe you do certain things that other people be like, you got like an old soul, or you act like a this, or you act like a that, or you act like you came from here. So give me some direct past lives. We got some people that's wondering where they came from, just to kind of connect the dots so that they can be further on their journey. One more. One more. I have instruction, poverty. One more. I had put some what do you call it? Some uh oil on my hands, so now my hands are like slippery. I have war and I have government. So I'm gonna read one at a time. So I have someone past life as a teacher, maybe a master, academics and mentor. So you could have been some type of leader, teach wise. For location, it does say Eastern Europe. For death, it does say murder. So I'm not sure if okay. So far as past life, you were back in the Eastern Europe location. You were murdered. The lesson that you had to learn was greed. The time frame was high Middle Ages. You identified as a follower, and you were abandoned when it came to love. When it comes to your faith, it was an ethical religion. So if you haven't learned your lesson yet, when it comes to if your question like why was I here, what was my past life, with greed being the lesson and poverty being the trauma, it's like you were murdered for maybe stealing, because you were greedy. It was some type of greed behind it. Just because you either grew up in that time from poverty, like back in the day, it wasn't called poverty maybe, but it was just like you in that Eastern Europe time, you didn't have as much as others, so you were wanting, like, your lesson was to not be greedy, and your lesson was to not be greedy. However, you were murdered due to greed. With abandonment being with the love, I get that maybe you never was shown love, you never received love, so in return it was like however you got attention, and it started maybe when you were younger. It was like thief, like not thief, but greed. Like you wanted everything, you wanted it when you wanted it, and it was no one can tell you anything different. So if you maybe have like a lot of dreams about murder, or if that's like your biggest fear is being murdered, not really just dying but being murdered, It was just because your past life you experienced that, and it's asking now that you get out of that greed. Um, I have warrior, trauma. This time frame was late modern age. This person was a wife, a widow, or a widower. Material loss was the trauma. This was in like the Middle East. This woman died giving birth. Um, and the lesson was walking the middle path. Um, so this is a guy. This is a woman, or may have been a guy in your past life if you believe in it. But this is a woman or man, um, who was a woman who died giving birth to a child. In the Middle East. The lesson was, it's like the person learned their lesson after giving birth was walking the middle path. If you want, look up walking the middle path. I don't know if you can see. Excuse my nails, but I don't know if you can see. But what stand out to me is it's like whoever this woman was, it's like her lesson, like her job was to, excuse me, was to give birth. But prior to giving birth, her lesson was peace. Um, you might have a fear too of maybe if you're someone who in a relationship with someone and you fear losing your partner, and you wonder why you like so stuck on it. That could be it, or um or if you want to have a kid but you don't, because you fear of dying, if you fear dying from giving birth, don't let nobody tell you that, oh, you watching too much, people give birth every day. That's because in your past life you died giving birth. And it's kind of like you kind of know that now, like subconsciously you know that you died. Or maybe as a man, like you don't want to get a woman pregnant because you were a woman back in the day and you died giving birth. So in your mind, like the possibilities of childbirth. Um, Antarctica, polyamorous, mother. Truth and discernment was your lesson. Poison was your death. Poverty, lower class, beggar, disposed. So, someone basically, this was around. So look up Age of Enlightenment. That was the time frame. This energy, this past life person does identify as a mother who lesson was to follow her truth, follow her discernment, follow her intuition. And that's how she ended up dying. That's how you end up dying from poison, just because you didn't really follow, like you knew. And I kind of get like this person is hard, like in this life you live now, it's hard for you to trust. It's hard for you to, you're kind of like open, but in your mind it's like a war. It's like because the ones that you trusted the most ended up letting you down, ended up poisoning you. And then with polyamorous, so this is someone who back in the day, I guess maybe had multiple wives, multiple husbands, multiple partners, and one of them partners could have poisoned this individual. And again, that's where the discernment come in. So now your lesson here is discernment. Your lesson is to listen to your intuition. You may wonder, like, why do I not feel so connected in a monogamous relationship? And it's just because your past life you were polygamous, and if you're gonna be polygamous or if you're gonna go in that route, then you have to trust your intuition. You have to have that gift. Like, don't do it just for sexual reasons, or don't do it just for social media. Like, do it, if you're gonna do it, go in with the because I'm not against any of things like that. Like, I'm for monogamous, I'm for polygamous. Whatever makes you happy, like, that's all that matters. But yeah. And then the last one is government, court, governor, advisor, and despot. This was in the Southern Europe area. Separated by distance. So there was some type of long distance when it came to a relationship, and this is past life. The trauma you experienced was mental illness. It was in the Southern Europe area. I don't know if I said that. And the death was by suicide. The lesson was for forgiveness. So you did kill yourself. I'm sorry. I didn't even mean to say that. I know you gotta kind of like alter the words. You did self-delete. But that lesson in this lifetime, in that past life, it could be this lifetime, is forgiveness. So the reason self-deletion happened was because there was no forgiveness. It was just like, I can't forgive you, can't believe you did this, I'm gone, I'm out, forget it. And it just really messed with you. You might be experiencing mental illnesses now. You did experience mental illnesses in the previous life. But yeah, definitely when it comes to past life, like when you, for me personally, like I have a phobia of like big bodies of water. Like, I have missed out on so many opportunities to go on a cruise. Some that have actually been paid for by other people just because I'm really just like that big body of water. And like when I went deep in a few years ago, I discovered that I could have, been a part of some things that, consisted of big bodies of water. Okay. And it's like, that's why I feel like that. That's why I'm just been like that my whole life. I don't ever remember me being that type. Like how my children are, they're water babies. They love to be in the water, under the water, in the water. They can be in the water for hours. Me, I'm gonna sit on the side, I'm gonna watch y'all, I'm gonna be in a panic the whole time, but I'm gonna let y'all do y'all. Me personally, I don't like big bodies of water. So when I went to deep diving it was like, yeah, that's what happened. That's what happened. Big bodies of water. That's why you're afraid. Things like that. So if you wonder why you have this phobia or this fear, it could be connected to your past life. I haven't really did past life in so long, unless somebody like personally requested. So I'm gonna get back more into them. But yeah, that is. Sometimes like we'll be like, why do I feel this way, or why am I so connected to like, slavery, or why am I so connected to I can't remember what it is, but it was like whenever like, because I don't really know a lot of other people's history because I'm still learning my own history, but like I had seen a video where I guess like the Chinese or Asians or Vietnamese, like I guess they were like, when they were in war, they were like it looked like leaves or something, but it'd really be like an underground thing, and they kind of like hide on it, and people run past them, and they don't even realize they're under there. And it's like you could be one of the people that's so interested in it. And you're like, why am I so interested in this particular thing? Like, even if you're not from there, you're just, and it just could just be because deep down your soul is from there. Like your soul recognizes, you know, what's going on in this current moment, and it's trying to connect the pieces to kind of try to help you get further on that path. But all right, that's all I have. Bye.